Well, hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for a Facebook Live where I really just want to talk and share about the latest update to the Resource Room Reading Series. So if you're a special education teacher and you own my reading series, this is the perfect Facebook Live for you because you already own the Resource Room Reading Series, which means you just received some free updates and you might want a little bit of an explanation for that. So let me make a couple of changes, a couple of clicks on my computer so that I can share my screen and you can see then my store right now, hopefully. And let me turn on my comments so that I can see those as those roll in as we get going. If you are here and you're watching, I would love for you to let me know, hi, you're here, and maybe where you're from, or how's the weather? Today I felt like, why did I say I was going to go live on this hot, humid day? So let me know. It's like 90, feels like 99 here in Indiana. So let me know that you're here so I know who I'm talking to. And again, this is really for people who own my Resource Room Reading Series or who are maybe interested in some of the updates. So first I want to show you how to get them because sometimes we know that there's an update, but we don't know how to get it. So a few years ago, I started creating this series. I'm wondering if you can see these comments on here. I don't want them to be in the way. So I created this Resource Room Reading Series and I wanted to use Colors of the Rainbow. Jennifer's also in Indiana and she says it's hot. Yes, it was miserable. So I created this Resource Room Reading Series and I thought, okay, I'm going to use the colors of the rainbow and each color will kind of target 20 weeks focused on a particular skill, which is great and wonderful. Until I realized there's a bit of a gap. And so I want to tell you a little about what it was, and then I'm going to show you a new slide showing you what it is now. So originally, red and orange was kind of designed to work in a pair. You'd use this for the first half of the year and work on the first 20 pre-primer Dolch words and reading CVC words where you were working on like just the short O, just the short I, just the short A, whatever. And then the second half would be where those CVC words were mixed, and then you'd work on the second half of that pre-primer Dolch list. And all together, that would really cover one school year. Then you would come to yellow and green, which kind of had the same concept. So you would work on primer Dolch sight words, you'd work on beginning blends, ending blends, diagraphs, all of that. And then you would go to working on the first grade Dolch sight word list along with blends and diagraphs. The passages would get longer and overall it would work for 1 year. But what I noticed was I needed a level right here. I hope you can see my mouse. I needed a level right there. Let me turn my comments on. I got rid of it because I didn't want you to be able to see that and not see my screen. Yes, just had a thunderstorm in southern Illinois. We need a thunderstorm here in Indiana. Okay, so I needed something right here. And so I set to work and started creating that. That level would focus just on beginning blends and then kind of a mix of this pre-primer, primer, Dolch sight word list. The problem was, what color was it going to be? Was it going to be orange, yellow? I originally was like, maybe I'll just do white. Maybe I'll just do black, some other random color. But when everything else is in rainbow order, it was killing me. And so I decided that I would kind of make some changes a little bit to all of the levels. And so red would just change to all of this. Like what was red and orange, I just combined it and made it red. What was going to be yellow and green, I would just combine it and make it yellow. And then I had room for this beginning blends level. So if you are here and you're a reading series owner, you now have beginning blends, but it's going to kind of look like, it might look confusing. What was orange before is now just kind of combined into red so that we can make room for that new level. And then the same is true here with what was yellow and green is now just all yellow. And then I moved down this green to be val teams, and I'm working on a longer, more upper elementary level that's coming here pretty soon as well. So, as confusing as that might be, I hope you'll follow. I hope you'll look at it, and I'm going to show you how to get it. So, if you go to my TPT store and you have purchased the growing bundle, I've already opened it up so I can show you. You'll notice that there are 5 products included in this bundle right now. And so you'll already have letters and sounds and all of these other things. This product right here is what currently includes weeks 1 through 10. Okay, and so if you click download on that, because you've already purchased it, then you'll have that. Let me open this in a new tab. If you are somebody who has just purchased weeks 1 through 10, like you didn't purchase the Big Mama bundle, that's okay. You can still download it there and you'll still have weeks 1 through 10. And I'm going to walk you through that here in just a minute. Okay, Suzanne says, if we already own the bundle, what is your best advice for us? Then just go download the update, Suzanne, and you'll have all of the 10 weeks that are included for orange. If you own the whole bundle and the color change is going to mess you up, then what I'm doing myself is just working to slowly update what I have printed in my binders. That way, like what was orange is no longer orange, now it's red. I'm just working to slowly update those when I have time, which is definitely not at back to school time. So let me show you a couple of things. First off, if you own this product, what I would like for you to do is go to page 2 of any of these reading room, slow down Amanda, of these resource room reading series products, and you can click a link right here that will allow you to receive implementation support. And so some of you may have received an email today saying, hey, I know you own the reading series, I'm giving you an update today. But not everyone who actually owns the reading series has done this. So if you want emails for like 10 weeks in a row, I'll send you like, hey, here are the supplies you need. Here's how I store it. Here's how I organize it. Here's how I do all of those things. So you can find that on page 2. And all you have to do is click here, type in your email address, and then once a week I'll send those emails. And then what might be the best thing is then if it's TPT sale time, I'm not going to email you and be like, hey, by the way, the reading series is on sale, because you already own it. I'm not going to bug you about things like that. I'm not going to keep you informed on things like that. So if you own it, while you're in there downloading these updates, on page 2, enter your email address. I also give some freebies in that of like some planning pages, just ways to kind of get the best use out of the intervention. So, all right, I'm going to exit out of that. I told you about that. I told you about the color updates. I also aligned some IEP goals to match each of those levels. So not that you have to use exactly what I have written here, not that you have to use all 3, because I'm going to show you 3 pages here, but it's just some ideas so that you can start to think, okay, well, if we're working on this red level, what IEP goals would kind of best match that? So here are decoding goals for each one, and you can see we have some that kind of cover 2 different things. 2-syllable words versus 3-syllable words, ending blends versus diagraphs. So you can kind of choose what works best for your students. We also have some sight word and fluency goals. So if you're wanting to work on pre-primordial sight words, here's a goal. All you would have to do is just copy this and paste it into your IEP. And then you would obviously change out the student's name. And maybe you don't want them to do 80%. Maybe you want to give a specific number. Maybe you want to do 70% or 90%. Maybe you want to change that. But you can definitely work to copy and paste these goals easily. Then we also have some comprehension goals for kind of whatever it is your students might be needing. Maybe it's listening comprehension, reading comprehension, open-ended questions. So definitely take a look at those IEP goals and see if you can steal any of those to make your life a little bit easier. Okay, let me click the X on that. The last thing that I have to show you, I have to get my comments back first. Okay, if you have questions, please let me know. That way, after I kind of show you a few things, I can answer any questions, because I know change is sometimes hard for us, and I don't want you to be afraid or intimidated. I want you to get the most out of this new edition. So if you are looking at weeks 1 through 10, which is where the update has occurred, you'll see that on page 11, there's this take a shortcut page, which has always been there, by the way. But now you'll notice, instead of just red, yellow, and what used to be blue, now we have red, orange, yellow, and green. And so you can click anywhere on this page. So let's say, like this week, for example, I have a lot of students working on like yellow week 3, green week 3, red week 3. That's just kind of where we started. We're on week 3 of school. So for this, I needed orange week 3. So I can click here and it jumps straight to the lesson plans and the printable booklet. That way I can easily be like, hey, I'm on week 3. Here's week 3. Here's the test. Here's everything that I need for week 3. And then, let's see, go back. Oh, it wasn't page 7, it was page 11. When I come back here, so let's say, oh, okay, I printed that. Now I need yellow week 3. Well, I can click that and it will take me to yellow week 3, and kind of the same process, the lesson plans, the book, the reading test. Back to page 11, and I can click really any of these weeks. They're all right here. I know sometimes this document is 574 pages long. I don't want to sift through all that. I want to get a direct link to where I'm going. So let's see. I do want to quickly scroll through some of these so you can see a little bit of the topics. Actually, I'll just hold up the books here in just a minute. Let me go back so that I am not sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay, so it's question time. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I have 2 things that I want to tell you about. Let me put my notes up here so I can see, okay? So, notes, stay put. All right. Here's the first thing. Let's go through what some of these are about, or what the topics are. This is Bob and Sam. And Bob is a cat, and he is a slob. My kids, we read this last week. My kids absolutely loved it. Well, 2 weeks ago. They absolutely loved it. Is Bob a slob? Is he going to get fit? They enjoyed it. This is Spot. He wants a new pet. Bug and Pug. That's what we started today. So he has a pug. They find a bug. They set the bug free, that kind of thing. Again, we're working on beginning blends and CVC words in this new level. The pond, they go fishing at the pond. They have a beach day where they find a clam. They go on a trip. See that R blend in there. A play. Play is a Dolch sight word, and they make props for the play. My crab, again, an R blend. A pet rat. Ugh, I would never own a pet rat, but the story is pretty funny. The pet rat gets lost, all that kind of stuff. I really can't wait to read that one with my kids. And friends, they go on a little, 2 friends are going to visit one other friend, and kind of their adventure together. So, if you have questions, again, let me know. Erica says, which reading bundle is this in? Let me show you. If you are looking at the Big Mama bundle here, you will see that there are multiple files listed, and you're going to download it from weeks 1 through 10, okay? And if you only purchased weeks 1 through 10, it'll be there too. So either way, whether you purchase the Big Mama bundle where it has the whole year and the alphabet, all of that, it'll be here. Or I just thought about, I also have what I call a custom product, and that's only weeks 11 through 40. If you only own, or if you own this and then 11 through 40, 11 through 40 will be coming soon as well. So for right now, check out the Big Mama bundle or weeks 1 through 10. Okay, Lisa, I missed where to find the goals. That is just here in the first few pages of the file, pages 5 through 7. You'll be able to find those IEP goals and just copy and paste it. Erica, you bought the Big Mama one. I know sometimes it's hard to pull the trigger and do that, but it really does save you so much more money. Okay, I do have two big things to tell you. So the first thing is digital is in the works as far as the updates on the colors. So that is just so time consuming. It takes a long time to go through some of those. So if you are virtual or you like to use that component, maybe to put up on your whiteboard or whatever, that is still in the works. So that's still going to say the old colors, but we are working to update that. So I have a friend from high school who is very tech savvy, and that's what he helps me do. And so he's working on doing some of that. Also, my other thing, I have a little giveaway. Okay, so I just showed you one file, which is 547 pages or 574 pages. And I did my very best to update all those colors. But I'm going to tell you, I probably missed one somewhere. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it that I probably have messed up somewhere, have missed a color, should have changed something and didn't. And so if you catch one of my mistakes and you email me and say, Amanda, on page 362, it still says blue and it should say green, I'll enter you in a chance to win a gift card. So not that you have to go comb it over tonight, not that you have to print out the whole file and get out your highlighter and be ready. But if you notice something like that, I'm telling you, it probably happened. 574 pages. I've went over it. I've had a couple of friends go over it. It could totally be there. So I thought I'll just make it a giveaway opportunity. So if you find something like that, you'll be entered in a chance to win a gift card because I know I probably could have screwed up. I really went over it so many times. I hope I did it, but maybe. You never know. So I'm going to put my email address in the comments. Helps if I spell it correctly, guys. Ooh. Okay. So I don't have very many questions. And so that either means I did a great job explaining or you're just not ready to listen to this at 8:30 at night. Okay. Jean says she loves this. I really do. I am disappointed in myself in a way that I did not recognize this would be like such a need. But my kids, the yellow was too hard for them and the red was too easy. I really needed something in between. The yellow is perfect for some of my kids, but it just moves too fast for kids who really are working on beginning blends. So I hope you'll love it as much as I do. And then next up, kind of the next edition will be weeks 11 through 20. So very similar. It'll be orange, but weeks 11 through 20, those are very close to being finished right now. And then a friend and I are working on multisyllabic words. So if you teach upper elementary special ed or you have some higher third graders who might be ready for more, that's coming as well. Erica, thank you so much. You're so wonderful. All right, I will conclude with that. That's really all I have. I saw a gap. I wanted to create more, and you get it for free. If you already own that Big Mama bundle, you get it for free. So make sure you go download it because I will be increasing the price with new levels added to it. Make sure that you download or that you sign up. I shouldn't say download, that when you are re-downloading, that you go sign up for those implementation emails because you'll get some free printables, just some pictures and directions that are often helpful. And if you notice errors, send me an email. I don't think so much errors like in the text and the copy, not that that couldn't happen, but I'm mostly talking about things up here, like where it says orange, week 1, or blue or green. If you see an outdated color, please let me know. You guys have a great night. I don't want to keep you any longer. Keep dropping comments. If you have questions, I'll keep watching those tonight. And I'll answer them as best as I can. So have a great night. Enjoy the update to the reading series.